exciting.
Hello, this is the Craigley Launch Experience. Today it is 4th of July. Woo! Happy 4th, Freedom Day! We're enjoying ourselves to be here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be discussing some American stuff today. You know, I'm a really big fan of muscle cars myself, so I do love me some America. You know, I'm here with the homie.
Hey, Gil here.
To America.
So as you last saw, we were taking shots and doing some other weird stuff, like in Long Beach, because that's where we are today. Check it out. We're on top of a mountain. Oh, actually a hill.
Long Beach,
it's
LBC.
all of it. But today we're going to talk about the weirdest American truck ever, which is also the biggest icon, the F-150.
The Ford F-150 Lightning. Woo!
Hey, dude, I have inside pockets. Did you know that? It's really bright out here, but yes, today we're going to be reviewing the F-150 Lightning, which was once a supercharged, crazy V8, now gone full electric to pretty much power your home.
Oh yeah, if all of you remember the 90s trucks, or like what year was the Lightning? Like
the muscle truck wars are late 70s.
Late 70s. So if you remember the late 70s Lightning, it was a pretty nice car. I think it was a single cab. It only had 2 to 3 seats.
Truck.
Oh, it's a basic truck with just 2 to 3 seats, and it didn't really have that much going for it. It was
high
very
power output.
But a very high power output. It was pretty much like the racing truck of its generation. But you know, we figured for 2021 we should just go ahead and take that term and just put it to something different. But so what should we start with for the Ford?
So, all right. So let's just go with the basis of
What? Yeah. Ford.
I understand the name of like wanting to go with Lightning because it's going to be fully electric now, but
Yeah.
they're also turning it into an appliance, I feel.
Yeah,
Like-
it can apparently it's got like 12 outputs, like
12 outlets, yes, you're correct.
12 outlets.
Correct,
I mean,
correct,
holy
correct,
shit.
correct.
Holy shit. You can literally power so many items. I mean, if you're going camping, if you're going anywhere, really.
But in reality, you have to think about it like this. You're pretty much charging up a giant battery to take places with you, and then what happens when the charge dies. But
Yeah.
I guess we're going to go more deep in that today with all these cool notes I got.
The smartest, most innovative F-150 we've ever built. Iconic F-150.
Believe me, we had to go as deep as we could with this damn truck because we actually need to give you the best possible outlook that you can get.
True.
But so, like I said, the exterior, I will say one thing, you know, the tail light does kind of look like a question mark, where in a sense it was like they weren't sure what to name it. Like you said, it was a previously named Ford truck. But I mean, I guess the Lightning sounds better. Hopefully the Chevy will come out with the bulb.
But like, as we've previously discussed in secrecy, there was question marks on the taillights. Like, is this gonna work? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait
to
a
be
minute.
fair, it's got, there's a lot riding on this truck to be like, you know, the quintessential truck of the new year. I mean, I don't know if you are a truck driver, but if you are, this truck might be the truck for you. But anyway, back to the exterior of the truck. So I know that the truck only, it doesn't have an actual gas engine, right? It has an electric engine.
It has no actual backup generator on board like some BMWs have with the small gas generator, or like Mazda's concept design of a rotary powering a very much like a little generator to power up your battery in your car. Either way, the point is there's no gas in this thing at all. It's just straight electricity. You plug it in, it charges up like a power cell, and then you just drive it.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much took the engine out of the front of the truck. Like, you know, Volkswagens, right? So Volkswagens don't have an engine in the front, they have it in the back. So there's a front trunk.
Well, old Volkswagens.
Old Volkswagens, to be fair. Yeah, new Volkswagens, that's totally not a thing anymore. Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, so they, you know, they put the engine, they took the engine out of the front of the truck, and then they put it in the beneath the tires.
It's actually tucked away in between, like where I guess where your firewall would be, where all your like dashboard type stuff. I think they've flat planed it to sit across the floorboard and go up into the back, so they can have dual trunk front and rear, or as the British called it, a boot.
Or as us Americans call it, a frunk, because we don't have a better idea for the name of a front trunk. We can't just call it a trunk,
you can also,
or a cargo area or a cargo space. We have to call it a frunk because we're like American.
it holds golf clubs. What kind of measurement is golf clubs? Like,
Yeah.
All this power, popping the hood has been completely redefined with the Mega Power Frunk, a walk-in closet that you can drive with 400 liters of storage.
Yeah, what kind of a...
the frunk holds 1 golf club bag or 2.
So that's another
wait,
thing,
wait,
right?
wait.
That's another thing. So the Ford F-150 Lightning has what you would call measurements throughout the trunk space, right? It's got like metric and imperial measurements throughout the trunk space, so you can measure anything you want to measure, even though, no offense to you soccer moms out there, I guarantee a lot of soccer moms may be driving this Lightning because of the fuel efficiency and all that power and stuff, but you guys won't be really needing, you know, those extra features of a truck, you know, I mean, unless you would.
True. Like, realistically looking at it, like, no one's going to want to have to recharge their truck after, you know, 100 miles after towing, you know, their Bobcat or whatever the hell they're towing. So, realistically, they're probably going to give this to the soccer moms. You think so?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, a lot of the moms or a lot of the, you know, the female buyers of vehicles may want the truck for simple reasons, of course, that you're not spending gas, you're only charging. But I mean, is this really a man's truck? But like I said, so we have the measurements, but I mean, are you really ever going to use them? And they have tool clamps, but are you really ever going to use them? You can clamp your tools to it, but also you can, put an umbrella on it if you go to the beach, I suppose, like any other truck.
True. Yeah, you can put an umbrella, and you can also plug in whatever you want, but why would you want to plug in at a place you're trying to disconnect? Dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, if you're really trying to go somewhere and not, like, you know, trucks were used to go camping and to get away from society, but I guess when you have like 13 volts on your truck, you don't really have to worry about ever leaving society. You're still part of the world because, you know, you have everything you need.
Or if you've got a table saw, a blender, a circular saw, a fan, a can opener, a kettle, a slow cooker, and a juicer that need powering, the F-150 Lightning is up to the task.
But yeah, so you have a front trunk, right? So that's interesting enough because that is a new thing for trucks. I mean, I don't think a truck has had that in the last couple.
No,
decades,
true. No
decade,
truck
right?
has ever had a front trunk ever. Like the first to bring that up would be Tesla with their Cybertruck. But I mean, we've only seen concepts of that.
Yeah, I haven't really seen them on the road
crazy.
yet.
So it's really crazy to see this kind of concept that they've removed the engine, which, you know, is what makes the F-150 Lightning a Lightning.
Yeah, literally.
And then they've replaced it with a battery pack and some motors, and now it has like the space to fit golf bags. Like, what kind of measurement? I'm still mad on the measurement, all right? Can we do by bald eagles? It's 4th of July. We should do by bald eagles. Anyway, look, I'm
It's
getting
true.
off topic.
I mean, like I said, I love muscle cars, all right? You cannot take gas
do
vehicles
too,
away
even
from me.
though-
Don't take them away. Don't get rid of them. I don't want a Lightning Charger. Oh my God. All right, so like I said, the exterior more. So another thing we have is the, the roof. We have a sunroof that is apparently glass. It's a full glass sunroof.
top. A glass top. It doesn't integrate any like solar tech either, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like,
You would think it might have one type of, one panel, at least a strip of panel.
Of it. Yeah, just at least pull in some kind of stuff so it can run normal things. I think Tesla does that already, and they didn't even want to take that. You know what? I could be 100% wrong. You guys can just throw comments on me. But at the point being, Tesla has already done this, and they're not using that as a stepping stone to make a better product, which is like the fun.
And Ford is not Tesla, so obviously they are not using Tesla's equipment. This is all Ford, so, you know, Tesla's already been there, done that. But now you have a Ford that's a convertible.
Let me ask you, on the exterior now, what do you think of the front? Like the LED bar headlights, plus like the LED actual output. What do you take on?
I mean,
is it a big bar of light? To
yeah,
you?
okay,
What do
to
you
be
see?
fair, I know a lot of y'all enjoy different headlights and enjoy your colorful headlight array, but to be fair, since the Ford F-150 Lightning does not have an engine, my only fear is that if you crash into something, it doesn't matter what kind of lights you have. This whole car could literally crumple inwards, even though trucks are supposed to be powerful. You could literally crumple this truck inwards and you could literally maybe lose your legs. I don't know. Depends on what you fucking hit. If you hit a wall, you might be fucked. If you hit another car, maybe you'll be okay. So I don't know. It depends on the speed that you decide to go. How fast is this thing?
If I remember, it only banks out like 120 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's not super fast.
I think it's like four. Yeah, it's like 4 seconds or something to get to 60
something
or something.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
5
yeah.
seconds. So it's like it takes some time.
It's meant to do work, not be cool and super fast, which in my book doesn't count, but it's super cool, and you know what?
Woosah. Okay, so again, so that was pretty much a bit of the exterior. I mean, the rooftop is literally the only part that, I don't know, I personally felt was kind of random, because it's like, you don't need two roofs. If you want a convertible, buy a convertible and then have a truck, right, to drive when you need a truck. You don't have to have a half and half. Buy a convertible, have two cars, buy twice the gas, or if you have a convertible electric car, twice the power, so you can still, stimulate the economy. All right, so we're gonna go into the interior of the truck, of course. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a truck here, but we have this great view. It is a very nice view. Yeah, I
don't know if the camera will pick that up, but you guys, we're gonna tell you it's there.
It's there. There's a bird.
It's there. It's a big bird.
But so we don't actually have a truck here, so we can't go into it. But I'll be sprinkling in images if you haven't seen already. So
you'll probably put them in like here.
Right about here.
Up here. I don't know.
Right.
Then, when the workday is over, 100% charging overnight. And it's designed to look like a truck, because that's what it is. The next chapter of Ford F-Series.
So now you see exactly how we're going to do this. But so we're going into the interior of the truck. So the first thing that I noticed that was what the fuck, of course, was the gear shifter. The gear shifter. There's a button, like this is the gear shifter, right? And, you know, you shift. There's a button where you can push and have the gear shifter lower. And then you can pull down the side piece, which isn't like a normal single cab where you can have a third person sit. It's just extra space. So you bring down your extra space
to cover the cup holders.
To cover, like, you can have like it does unfortunately cover the cup holders, but you know, you have this extra space that you can like eat and do, like, you know, random business things, I guess. I don't know.
I'm doing business.
It's very interesting. But so tell us, please.
In my F-150 Lightning. So, as
please tell us
my
about
colleague
this.
here has already explained, the shifter in the middle, if you don't know what the shifter is, it's a little stick that has park, reverse, drive, all that jazz. Anyway, you press that button and you move it, blah, blah, blah. Now, because the F-150 is completely electric, it doesn't make any sense to me why they have a mechanical connection. Even if it's mechanical. I don't even think it's mechanical. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't think it's mechanical. But the point being, it's all automated electronic nonsense.
And to be fair, when it lowered, I thought, oh, cool, it's like an old school truck, right? You have the shifter by the wheel. So when you bring the handle down, you don't have to worry about it. You can just still drive the truck. Can you drive the truck?
Sad noise. No. You can't. Like, it's going to be stuck down. So if that breaks on you, probably, I would think.
If some fool was drunk or just decided to like hit the button constantly for no reason.
You spill your mocha, frappa, whatever the crappa, you spill that in there, and then the whole thing on you. Then now you have a dead F-150. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix that.
I mean, by the time this truck actually is out, it's like would Ford be like, hey, maybe this isn't the best idea? Because people can just hit this button whenever. You could be driving and your homie could be sitting in the passenger side and be upset at you and be like, you know what?
You ain't parking shit today, bro.
You ain't parking shit. Like, could it work while you're driving? If you're driving, would you be able to hit the button and actually have the shifter drop? If that was the case, that would be fucking insane. Why would you have that available to you while you're driving the truck?
A little off topic, but it seems like when Dodge decided to go with a little knob, like, so they made a knob for the transmission. You turn it to park, reverse, neutral, drive, blah blah blah.
That was very innovative. I give you credit for Dodge, because that was pretty cool. It was different. Very different. I mean, you know, you have a knob to do your volume, but you have a knob that can shift? What?
Why you put so close? So, yeah, imagine going to change the volume and you go to shift to park now, but now the F-150's completely eliminated that. You can't even get, if the thing breaks while it's stuck down, you can't even move the thing. And they're going to be like, oh, we don't have a tow truck to drag that on. Well, we could probably drag it with this for... No. It's like
X amount of dollars.
Like,
here's the money sign.
An override button for it to like come up. Hear me, Ford. Hear me. I know you're listening.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's ridiculous. But so that was the first thing we noticed that was just off the wall. But of course, it's got the biggest LCD screen that you could possibly want or need in a car. But
With all this capability, you get an available 15.5-inch touchscreen, which can be used to activate 4 different drive modes and access an impressive range of
very unnecessary. Where's the future if you shit?
And it's not even like the Honda E where the dashboard wraps around and you can put like a show on for your passenger or whatever, and like your info is here for about your car. No, it's just this weird, like
big ass screen,
elongated screen that it just I don't.
Now hear me out,
Maybe,
Ford. If you could put a DVD player on it or a Blu-ray player on it, maybe we'll think differently. Because I would at least have a lot extra, you know.
I'm sorry, 2005 is just called what?
Ah, shit.
That doesn't exist anymore. Everything is Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Damn it, the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. All right.
So, well, other than the weird like table space for working Americans, and what else about the interior, man? Like stands out to you?
Oh man, the cup holders. That was an interesting thing. I mean, the truck bed had cup holder, like a cup holder station and a station for pins. I mean, okay, I'm just gonna say that I really do think this truck was bought, or I think this truck was created to be bought by the regular working man, right? So of course, if you're construction or any other workforce that needs a truck,
it makes sense because what you're saying true is
this truck will help for you. Yes,
they buy in fleets, 10 at a pack. So yeah. Sorry.
If you're a warehouse or a company that buys multiple trucks, this truck will obviously save you money and probably power or whatever.
But if your employees are dumb, they aren't gonna. I mean, I'm sorry.
They're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna really understand.
I'm gonna step off now.
They're not really gonna understand exactly what you're doing. They're only gonna see it as a less fuel efficient truck, which are what most generations would see it as. But at the same time, I understand why you would want to buy it. But it's not going to be the saving grace that you think it's going to be, because we already have electric cars. You could have a warehouse that has a supply of Priuses and you would get the exact same power output. You just, I guess, wouldn't have a truck. So now it's the Prius of trucks.
You can haul certain stuff with a Prius, but I mean, I guess with the F-150 light or electric F-150, I'm not gonna call it Lightning. It doesn't have a supercharger, man.
Yeah,
I can't call it that.
It's
sorry.
not a fast Lightning. It's more of like if a lightning bolt struck you really slowly, it's really painful and slow.
It's like creeping shock. Like here,
yeah, it's like I'm
dying.
Versus like a like an actual electric shock, but. Yeah.
But yeah.
So it doesn't have the power. Yeah, Okay, so we're on the inside. So let's discuss the power outlet. So they say that you're supposed to be able to power your house, which I find very cool, but very like. I mean, I guess you can power your house.
Yeah, you can actually plug. I never ever seen like a plug come from your house that's like house lead. You plug it into something and it's like, oh, the whole house runs. So I've never really actually seen that. I'm pretty sure it exists. We live in an era where everything exists. So, yeah, you can totally plug your house into it and do normal stuff for, I think you disclosed to me, like, what, 3 days? Max?
Yeah, they said 3 days max you can power your house with this
because,
truck.
like, people's electric consumptions are all different.
Yeah, exactly. If you constantly run the microwave and the toaster oven at the same time, this truck might not be for you.
If you turn on the toaster, the vacuum, the AC, your PS4.5, the Xbox One XX 3.5, whatever the hell that is, and then you decide, you know what, today's the day I'm going to fire up the air compressor and start sending down the old GTO, then yeah, that might blow your truck up. But we're going to find out because they're going to come out and someone's going to try it. So we're going to find out real soon.
That's the funny thing. So my assumption is that, okay, so you have a family, right? So you're a working man, you got your 3 kids and you have your wife, right? So your wife and you have an argument, your wife wants to kick you out of the house for a night because she doesn't want to hear your shit. You can technically live in your truck. Your truck is like your own house at this point, right? The truck has all these outlets. You can power your laptop, your phone, your coffee machine, your bagel maker, your toaster.
Anything that's 120, anything that's got a 240 volt in the back.
You can power anything you want, right? So you can live in your truck. If you got kids, they don't gotta go see you. They can walk out to the front yard and be like, "Dad, what are you doing in the truck?" You'd be like, "Son, the Ford F-150 Lightning it's pretty much like a mini house. So don't you worry, your daddy's just fine. Mommy's just having a bit of a fit. So when she cools down, I'll be inside to tuck you in." But this is pretty much a fucking mini house, and it's built to charge your house.
Go over the notes that we've compiled. It shows that says there's a charging pad in this thing.
Yeah, so, okay.
There's a charging pad in a truck.
Yeah, so there's a charging pad where you can toss your phone, and that means it's always generating power, which means it's always utilizing power. So, you know, you're gonna have to charge it regardless because that charging pad is using a charger. I have a magnet on my phone, so I don't really need a charging pad, but I guess if I had a charging pad in my car, I would take my case off and I'd fucking use it because that's what it's there for. But all right, so back to the housing. So it's pretty much like a generator. Like it can generate.
Not necessarily, because there's no power output going back into it. It's just putting off power. It's more like a battery pack, like for your cell phone. Those quick charge packs. That's technically more of what it's like versus actually making its own power.
Starting with Ford Intelligent Backup Power, which gives you the ability to offboard up to 9.6 kilowatts of power, enough to power a home for about 3 days.
Making its own power. There's no way, unless you add power to it, there's no way to actually recharge it because it's technically just a big battery.
Wow,
It's
two batteries.
It's two big batteries that power random other shit, and then you can use it to power your house. Take that, Edison.
I mean, so to be fair, I guess if you had a Tesla, it's not as fair because the Tesla's a smaller car, so of course they can't put two batteries in a Tesla. They have to put two batteries in a truck because it's more logical to put space into a truck. So, all right, so I guess, all right, so we discussed, you know, the exterior, the interior. We discussed, we're kind of going between the interior and the power. So a little bit more on the power. Discuss what can this motherfucker tow? Like if I'm trying to bring a boat and shit and go camping and like have a great weekend, do I need to be nervous?
Well, not nervous so much in the actual ability of it to tow, Professor Craig. I'll tell you this much. It can tow. It can tow damn well. It's electric. It's all just torque. Straight torque. Torque through the roof. But keep in mind, more strain on the motors causes more strain on the batteries, which causes, you guessed it, right, less battery life.
Oh.
So something that usually gets 230 to 330 ranges of miles, if it's fully loaded to its maximum capacity, it will burn through that battery pretty fast, and you'll have to be recharging a lot sooner than you think. So that brings us to...
So if I went to like Yosemite with my family and like my boat and like we're trying to ride deep.
It all comes on weight. With
yeah,
that,
if there were no charging stations.
If there are no charging stations though, then you're SOL, SOL, you're shit out of luck, shit out of luck. Hey!
Damn.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break into song or whatever.
No, it's fine. So I'd be pretty much shit out of luck if there was no charging stations near me, is what you're saying. So
yeah. I
feel like that's kind of like a bummer because, I mean, I know there's charging stations at Walmart and like the grocery stores here and there, IKEA. Yeah, but like...
What else in IKEA out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, like unless you're going camping at IKEA, there's not going to be just charging stations ready at the use. So even if you charge this truck at its full limit and then took a trip, there's a very good chance you might not make it back depending on what you brought with you, right? Is that what you're saying? Or depending on the weight that you're carrying.
Yeah, it's going to obviously add more strain, so that's going to cause a lot more significant difference in miles that you can get on a charge. So, damn. Yeah, it kind of sucks in reality because there's no way for it to recover anything unless you literally are, like you do the math to do your trip. Like, I'm going to Yosemite. Okay, there's a charging port at the 75 mile marker. Okay, I can charge there, and then you have to like really punch in that math in order to make sure where you're going, you're going to get there with all the extra weight. Plus, you have to also see how the truck reacts. Have you ever done this trip before? Have you ever towed this kind of weight before with an electric vehicle? Like, yeah. No, you haven't. So
it's a whole nother aspect.
A whole new spot. Yeah. So those stats aren't even out yet, and they haven't even given that stats yet. And it's just like that's what people are really looking forward into getting this truck. And if you don't know what the hell it can tow, then why the fuck do you want it? Get yourself one of them big old Cummins turbo diesels right there, bargain, and put the corn oil in it, make it spit out all the neo-bios, and just be like, woo!
I mean, that's the thing we laugh about too, is that there's all these already built Ford trucks, and it's like this electric truck has so much shit on it that's like, you want this truck because it has all these things on it, but it's like, it's not like fuel. It's not like gas cars are going anywhere anytime soon. I mean, I know they're trying to get rid of the production of gas cars, but that doesn't mean like we're not gonna have gas
I
powered.
mean, they're still gonna be around, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
they're still trying to transition us into
yeah,
the electric era,
they're
but-
trying to give us, yeah, and it's like we're not like there's so many. There's so many industries that rely on gas-powered shit. That's where it's like if you were just to do away with those, you would have chaos.
So let me ask you something else, Professor Craig. So for 40 grand, would you buy this truck?
For 40 grand, I would go to Egypt and I would ride a camel through the desert, drinking like multiple mimosas, because I would spend 10 grand on some multiple mimosa creating machine, and I would just ride through the desert on a camel with mimosa machine.
Okay.
So
What about
probably
for
not.
50K?
Definitely not for 50K. I'd
What if
probably.
they gave you 100 more miles of range?
Oh, god damn it. I don't know. I guess I could go around the world in 80 days.
What if I told you if you didn't have anything in the truck, you have a higher chance of having a higher output of mileage?
So I could drive around the world in 160 days.
As long as there's charging ports, I guess.
I
Bring
mean,
a generator, bro.
Yeah, probably. I guess. I'm not really a truck person, but I mean, I'll take one for the team. Why do you ask?
Those are just the price points, because for 40 grand, it's 230 miles, 39.9K, and then for 49.9K, you get the 330 miles, which is kind of like, it's 10 grand more in batteries if you really think about it. Because I don't think the motors change very much. Oh, maybe they do. I really don't know. I didn't
You know
look
the
that deep
Energizer
into
Bunny?
it.
I wish I could put the Energizer Bunny in the frunk, like the front trunk, and just have him just sit there powering the truck for me.
Dude, what's this one here, man? Thousands of bullshit. Sorry, we're going over notes. We're halfway.
Oh
in.
yeah.
So what's that?
All the bullshit that you need to keep it.
To keep it. So technically, in order to keep this thing, what you're saying here is you have to have like a place to actually constantly charge it, right?
Yeah.
And then
And a reason to enjoy all these features.
and then he's like, I'm not going to pay Edison anymore. I'm going to plug my truck into this and just live off some kind of.
I mean, if you
weird
imagine if you had a power
futuristic
outage, right? You have a power outage and you want to be the man of the hour, so you charge your house with your truck. What happens if you have to go to work the next day and you didn't charge your truck to drive to work? If you just
shit,
powered your house?
Listened to all that country music last night. Now my truck's almost dead. How am I going
Yeah.
to get to work? Sorry, boss. Got to charge my truck.
Well, when you
Closest
tell your
charging
boss, like, hey man, yeah, the closest charging port is like down the
10
street,
miles,
so I gotta wait. I can't make it to work right away. You know, I had to get my house started yesterday. I mean, what is that even gonna? How does that even work? But again, I digress, because if you want this truck, you're gonna buy this truck. If you enjoy the amenities of this truck, you're going to enjoy this truck. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, at this point.
Based on the notes that I've got here, it says you can live in it. Would you live in this truck? Like for a week? Could you do it for a week? Because some guy for Nissan tried to live in a Sentra back in the day, and that didn't go so well. He was all grumpy and shit. But you know what? This is an F-150. There's much more space. So could you do it?
So you're saying if I could live in an F-150 for a week?
Lightning. Not the normal F-150. A Lightning. The one that we've seen advertised all upon the interwebs.
I, Craig Lee Lawrence, would be able to live in a Ford F-150 Lightning because of two reasons and two reasons only. I could definitely power a microwave.
Microwave powerable. Okay.
And I could definitely stretch the fuck out and lay down comfortably.
Can get it on inside cab. Okay, I'm glad to know we've gotten these results from this. I just wanted to see 12 outlets, mega output, handle, step, trunk thing. Oh yeah. So we were gonna tackle the tailgate, but after like earlier talking, it's just been a thing that Ford has had, but they're still not gonna use it.
So the tailgate, I guess that is a good way to end to tail on the rest of this video. Is the tailgate, right? So the tailgate drops down, and it's got like a step, right? And you can step onto it, and it's got like a handle that you can like help to pull up onto the truck, and it's like, I mean, is it really necessary? I mean, it's more of like an old man thing, because if you own a truck and you're a working man, you shouldn't need a handle in mind.
Use the tire or the side of the bed.
Yeah,
Or
like you just
use
fucking
your muscle. No, America.
You just grab that truck and you get on it, because that's what you do when you're a man and you own a truck. You don't fucking pull out your steps and your stick and you don't help yourself onto your truck. So so
Yeah.
ridiculous. And there's like little like tool clamps. That's what we say like back in the mid video.
That's gonna be the tool clamps.
It's a nice addition, you know, being able to attach your tools to it. But this is going to be a vehicle that's used by everybody, right? This is going to be a vehicle used by men and women. So it's just funny that they're like selling these points, but they're probably never going to be used. There's a chance that someone could buy this truck and never use any of the functions for the simple fact that they're just not that type of person.
You remind me of like people who buy these trucks. There's like, this truck has 4x4 capability. It can climb up a mountain. It can go to Everest. It could support your life support machine. I'm gonna use it to go to the store and back for the next 20 years. Wait,
Pretty
what?
fucking much. Pretty
over-engineered.
Pretty much.
Just buy the basic one.
It's never gonna be used, but you're just gonna enjoy it because you're like, oh look, I got the newest truck. I feel like the electric cars are gonna be the new iPhone. Watch, they're gonna be the new iPhone where there's gonna be a new one that comes out, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right because technology always increases. So what happens when Gen 1 batteries become no longer a thing? Like, where will we dispose of that kind of stuff? Like, where? There's a lot more questions to this truck than I really realized that doing this video, just reviewing it. There's like environmental things and there's like other. Oh God, I gotta go.
Yeah. So, like I said, I don't understand exactly how this is all gonna play out, but at the same time, this truck is a very, very fresh new truck, and you know it's definitely gonna be on the streets. If you haven't seen a Tesla truck recently, I guess you'll definitely probably see one of these before a Tesla truck, but I don't know. So again, this has just been a review on the truck because, you know, I wanted to just discuss it personally. You know, I find that it's funny that they're like, oh, you know, this is the new, there's already explosions going on. It's 4th of July, everybody. It's 4th of July. But I knew this was going to be a thing. I knew that people were going to eventually get on the electric bandwagon. You know, it only took a while for the Prius to catch on. But a lot of people don't like the Prius. So it's like, what's the next best thing? A truck? That's the next best thing. You could have made, I don't know, a muscle car, or like you could have made a Challenger electric or something like that to actually get like, you know, car enthusiasts interested. But I guess a truck is a very universal way to get everybody interested in electric cars. You know,
that and the F-150 is America's #1 like sold truck. You know, it's a fleet sold vehicle. It's a, you know, commonly bought vehicle. Like, I can get an F-150.
you know, the Lightning 250 will come out in like 3 years. Just wait and buy the electric 250 in like 2018, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's only they're gonna probably follow the same. Like you said, it's a Ford truck. They're probably gonna follow the same method, and the next truck will be out, and you'll be like, oh, look at that. I fucking bought the wrong one. I should have waited. So just wait 3 years once this one hits the streets and you actually see one physically. Just wait 3 years and then buy the next generation. You'll probably be better. But I don't know. That's our whole take. That is literally our whole take on this video of like, you know, electric cars have already been a thing. So for all of you that buy the Ford Lightning thinking that you're buying something fresh, it's not fresh. It's literally the same exact vehicle that you've been mocking, but it has a bed and one extra battery in it.
So it can haul your plants from Home Depot and also haul your clothing haul from wherever the hell you shopped at in the front and comfortably get you there quietly, safely. Damn it, it's all safe and cool and like people are gonna like it. And I'm like, it doesn't have a supercharger.
Yeah,
no
we haven't.
Charger. I'm done.
Yeah, we haven't really talked safety because it's obviously going to be a safety vehicle, or it's obviously past its safety qualifications. So we don't need to discuss that. We're just discussing the, you know, full layout that is the truck itself. But again, this has been the Craig DeLawrence Experience. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it to the end, like, subscribe, share it around. You know, we're in the age of electric, my boy. This is what regular people think of the electric era. It's kind of nonsense, but if you're down, you'll be able to hang and you'll have a brand new truck. You have any last thoughts? Yeah, you can go ahead and blow up something else, I guess. Just go ahead and blow something up for us because, you know, we had just as much fun making this video as you probably, hopefully, will have today. Enjoying the freedom that we have as people in general on this earth, on this dirt mound that I say.
Honestly, yeah, like Craig said here, just hopefully you enjoyed this video and totally listening to two guys complain about a truck that we just don't agree with because there's cool noises and exhaust things Anyway, point being, like, I really hope you enjoy the video. Please subscribe to him. Don't subscribe to me. I don't have anything cool to do. Later!
Yeah, so again, thank you so much. This has been the Craig Lawrence Experience. You guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And happy 4th of July, America! Oh, God. Oh!